The Cowboys can triumph over the Steelers if they can perform well in these key ways. My name is Dallas and this is Perry, and on this channel this season we talk about the Dallas Cowboys and then scripture. The first thing the Cowboys are going to need to do is stop the run. The Giants tried running the quarterback option like the Ravens several times, but were not nearly as successful. The Cowboys definitely covered it better, but also Daniel Jones and Singletary are nowhere near the threat of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. The Steelers will be deploying an attack that is more similar to the Ravens with Justin Fields and Najee Harris, although Cordalle Patterson might be a bigger threat. Meanwhile, the Cowboys will be playing with backup defensive ends. But look at how our backup defensive end played this option. It was almost perfect. Next time, though, I want to see him absolutely drill the quarterback. As a coach and an owner, I think you can only stomach seeing your quarterback get drilled like once or twice before you say, okay, we're not running the option anymore. Second thing the Cowboys need to do is limit the penalties. There were 2 last week against the Giants that really killed the drive. That's what penalties do. They're drive killers. Holdings and sacks, they just really set you back. Speaking of sacks, the third thing the Cowboys need to do is limit TJ Watt. Last week the Cowboys got a holding penalty because Guyton was having some troubles on the end, so he called the screen pass and that went for a touchdown. That is exactly the sort of adjustments we need to be employing during this game as well. We can also chip like they did here against Parsons. Now, Watt is definitely bigger than Parsons, but putting Zeke out there to run a shoulder into his chest will definitely slow him down and maybe turn down his motor just a little bit. Wide receiver number 2 is now up for grabs, at least for a few weeks, and Tolbert has had his best season of his career already. Another guy to watch is Ryan Flournoy. I've actually already made videos for both of these guys already this season that I will put in the description or at the end of the video. I think Ryan Flournoy could be good. Maybe not special, but good. Hopefully special. We'll see. Another spot we need to keep our eyes on is cornerback number 2. At this moment, I do not know who will be starting. Kalen Carson, or if he is hurt, we will probably go back to Aruware. We'll just call him Amani. Anyways, a good way to gauge points 4 and 5 and how we're doing at wide receiver number 2 and cornerback number 2 is how often we see them on screen. We want to see very little of the cornerbacks and a lot of the wide receivers, so maybe keep a tally. Those are the key ways in which the Dallas Cowboys can beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I was reading in 1 Chronicles 12, which tells how David was gaining the support of the Israelites. He has over 3,000 fighting men coming to him, and at the end of it, we see that they feast for 3 days. I think the tempting takeaway here is that a good leader attracts courageous people. But I think what's really going on is that God provides for his purposes. God promised David kingship, and now God is providing the people to do it, who also have the heart to make him king, and even provides food for them. God provides for his purposes. If you like this video, maybe you would also like this Ryan Flournoy video, or maybe this Jalen Tolbert video, or perhaps you'd consider subscribing. That's all I got. Jesus is king.